3D. This is a new app that is available in Windows 10. I haven't seen it before, I don't think. If you've just new to Windows 10, this is a great new thing now. So if you just search Paint 3D and open it, you come to here.
Switching to free view is a great way to admire your work from different perspectives. Zoom, orbit, and pan to really take it all in. And new this release, we've now unlocked editing in this view, so you can select different parts and edit your creation from any angle. In free view, you'll see our familiar selection box. As you move around, the box will automatically twist so that it's always facing you. The angle of the box shows you the direction your models will move in scale. To move objects back and forth in space, simply change the angle you're working from. You will also see the new selection highlight. This feature gives you X-ray vision, so you can always see your models, even if they are behind something else. Plus, you can continue adding new objects, using the art brushes, and putting stickers on your work, all while remaining in this view. Creating and editing in Paint 3D has never been so seamless. Let free view give you a new perspective on creativity.
All right, kind of cool, right? So when you come in here, you can just click on new. I noticed the first time that I went in here, the palette wasn't quite big enough. So if I just hit that plus sign, I get a little bit more. You can see the tools over here on the right-hand side, which just gives me different palettes for which to draw. So we've got our paintbrush here, our smaller brush, we've got our pencils. So the tools over here just, you know, they look amazing. You can change the colors down here easily. And if you're using your pen, of course, the feel and the look is amazing. Okay, so we've got some spray painting going on here and our paint bucket. So really, it's worthwhile just for in terms of a drawing tool. And I'm not an artist, as you can tell, but from a drawing perspective, it's really satisfying. So that's one thing, just checking out the markers on the right hand side. It's easy to change the thickness and all that sort of thing. Of course, you can bring a screenshot in or bring something in to draw over the top of it if you want to as well. So what I wanted to have a look at here is all of the 2D shapes. Of course, 2D shapes are there as usual, so we can just draw a 2D shape. And then we can switch the view of that 2D shape. So we're kind of looking at it from a different angle. Rotate it round. Let's make another one. So yep, that's okay. So we get some perspective there, but really the power here, I'll just get rid of these. Really the power here is in the 3D objects thing, which is pretty cool. So I can draw a 3D object now, and straight away this thing is in 3D. So I can spin this around. So I've got my cube here, and the other thing that I can do, if I just hit this one at the top here, I've got all these different stickers. So if I just choose this star shape, I can put the star on the side there. I'll hit the tick button, and now when I rotate this around, the sticker stays on that object there. So that's pretty cool. So any object you can think of, you can put a sticker onto the side there, and there's a heaps of different stickers there, or different kind of stickers that I can put on there. So I can choose this one and put that there on there, and now that will stick onto my cube, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so I've just started with this basic 3D shape, but also you've got 3D models that you can put on there, and again, all of these models are in 3D. Now if I click on switch view, I can now see this person really in more of a 3D kind of mode, which is really cool. And I can zoom in, look at different parts, or I can, in terms of this scene here, I can move the cube back and forward within that scene. So it's front or forward or behind the scene that we're looking at. And then even cooler, if I go to mixed reality, what this does is it turns on my camera, and those objects that I've created will now be able to interact in the real world that I'm in, hence the mixed reality. I'm in the real view here, and it's just asking me to put these things down, and Windows can see that these objects, it knows that there's a table there, so it's going to put together. And so I can manipulate these objects in the real world here. And actually, if I bring my hand in, I can actually move these objects around. Okay, so these virtual objects are now interacting in the real world like that. So, and I can record that as well. So the real world record button there as well. I can just see a better representation of the two objects that I've got here, the boy and the cube that I've got going. And I'll go back to Remix 3D now. If I head back to the main view here as well, I can, if I want to, do a 3D doodle. So I can just draw a shape here that I like, close that shape off, and I've chosen a different color. I've chosen the blue color down here at the bottom, and it will make that shape like that. And now you can see I've drawn a 3D shape. So that is pretty cool as well. And of course you can, if you want to, I'll just delete that one. If you want to, you can just make a random shape. Just close that off. It'll transform that free form shape that I just did into a 3D object. Okay. There we go. So I've just done a random doodle and a transform. And again, I can put that into a mixed reality situation and put that anywhere I want. If I hit the icon on the top right here, I actually get to this Remix 3D store, and I get all of these different options of things to put into my model. So I can choose dinosaurs, and I say I want T-Rex here. What it's going to do is it's going to load the T-Rex into my page, and I'll have a 3D model of the T-Rex there. Okay, there he is, and I can manipulate him. And this is the same that we saw that you've got in the options that you've got in Word and PowerPoint as well, of inputting these models. So here I've brought an elephant into the scene, and don't forget you've also got all the pen options over here as well. So you can choose pen, and you can write on top of your elephant if you want to, and do some drawing on top of it with the crayon if that really takes your fancy. So and of course I can then drop these objects into mixed reality, and so that the elephant can then interact with what I've got going on there. So that is a really quick introduction to what you have here in Paint 3D. It has amazing potential for students, for you, and for staff to just see what they could do and see what they could create and see how they could represent their learning using this tool.